So we continue with our topic ratio and now that we've made it to objective 11, actually B, we were at 11. Got one more objective behind this, 12. Let's focus on objective 11 and solve problems solving inverse or indirect proportion. So one man can build a house in 60 days. Man can do it in 30. Three men need 20 days. Four men can build that same house in 15 days. Five men can build it in 12. Six men can build that house in 10 days. So notice what's happening. If you increase the number of men, amount of time that you require goes down. So one value goes up, value is down. This is what we call indirect inverse proportion. Usually has to do with people doing work or a scenario that involves time. The people don't even have to do work as examples that we'll be using. Let's consider this. The one man does it in 60 days. Suppose we didn't know. I mean, right now you're assuming that those numbers. So two men is unknown to you. So because one is going up and the other one is going down, we do not do a direct cross multiplication. Otherwise, this will show 120 if you do that. And that shouldn't be, because if you have two people working, the work should be done sooner. What we need to do, or what you need to do when you reverse one of these fractions. You can switch this one. You can put the 2 on top and the 1 on the bottom. Or you can switch the back one, the x on the top and the 60 on the bottom. Either will give you the same answer. As you can see that we have done the switch. So now we're going to multiply 2 by x and 1 by 60. So 2x's by 60, so divide both by 2, and you'll get x 30 days. That means if each man puts in 30 days of work, 60 days in total. Let's look at three men. Once again, it's inverse, so we're going to reverse this fraction and going to get 3x's times 60. So 3x is going to be 60, dividing by the 3 in front of the x. That means x is going to be 20 days. Of course, 20, 20, and 20 would be 60. So look at 4. I think you're already starting to see this pattern. It's going to be 4x's and 60. Going to be dividing the 60 by the 4. Going to be 15 days. 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15, 60. 5 men, of course. You know eventually we're going to get the 60 divided by the 5. Simply because once our cross multiplication, after we switch, it's going to be 60 divided by 5, which is 12. Now, that's a simple scenario. If you could remember that before the exam or without using this method, fine. We just want you to get it right. So we know 60 is going to be divided by 6 because this is going to switch. And likewise, 6x is 60. So when you divide 60 by 6, you're going to get 10. So let's move on and look at an example. You have a ship. There's enough food to feed 600 passengers for 3 weeks. How long would it take, or how long would the food last if there was 800 people? Once again, we have 600 passengers. The number of passengers increase. If you have more people eating the food, then the food is not going to last as long. So this is a situation of what we call inverse. As you increase the people, time goes down. So notice we have the 600 and the 800 for the people, and we have the 3 and the x for the weeks because we're trying to figure out how long. We're going to do a switcheroo here. The x is going to go on the top, 3 is going to go on the bottom, 800 is going to multiply the x, 600 is going to multiply the 3, going to give us 1800 divided by this 800, which is 2.25 weeks. And so that makes sense. The food is going to run. sooner. So 3 men are building a wall in 10 days, along with 5 men. So here's our men, 3 and 5. We know the 3 matches the 10, and 5 is unknown. Once again, the men are doing work. This is inverse. So the x is going to be on the top. 10 is going to go on the bottom. 5 will multiply the x. 3 will multiply the 10. 30 will divide by the 5, which is in front of the x. Require 6 weeks. So that means less people. Sorry. More people will give us less time. All right, let's look at another one. This time we have 3 men building a wall. This time the constraint is with the hours. So you want to get this work done sooner. That means you need more men. How much men would you need? Once again, because this is inverse, we're going to switch these numbers. The 7.5 on the top, the 10 on the bottom. 7.5 will multiply x. 3 will multiply 10. 30 will divide by the 7.5. We need 4